¿Qué pasa, amigos? My name is Ash, and today I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subbed to the channel so far, and everyone who has supported this homegrown YouTube operation that we've built together. And to do that, by the request of a friend actually, I'm going to do a 69 subscriber special. And what better way to celebrate the 69 subscriber milestone than to rattle off a series of hot takes and opinions that may annoy a few of the subs that I appreciate so freaking much. But with that being said, let's dive straight into my hot take gaming opinions. And the first opinion I feel so strongly about and have my entire life, and that opinion is that team deathmatch within Call of Duty, or really any game in general, is absolutely horrible and is for low intelligent players who hate strategy, fun gameplay, and just an overall good experience. Now obviously I'm being a bit tongue-in-cheek by saying that. I really don't believe you're low intelligence. I just absolutely loathe any team deathmatch mode within any game's multiplayer. It just feels like a bunch of chickens running around with their heads cut off, just firing their guns in every direction. There's just people spawning randomly all across the map, and there's just pure chaos, and I honestly just cannot stand it. So that is the first harsh opinion that I have, so buckle in because a lot of them are going to be exactly like that. Keeping with the Call of Duty theme, my second harsh opinion is that the Black Ops BR Blackout was better than Warzone. And there really are just a ton of reasons for that, starting with the fact that there really were no hackers in Blackout. In addition to this, there was just better pacing, a better skill gap, a better overall loot system, and the style of play just felt like it fit me so much better. And the overall experience was just something that I really enjoy and kind of miss when I'm playing Warzone. Moving on to the console side of things, and this is actually something that me and my friends have been discussing over Xbox Live, talking about the different consoles, the upcoming PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X when compared to something like a high-powered PC. But with this next opinion, I'm gonna say that the PS4 was objectively better than the Xbox One. Now this might not be that hot of a take because if you really look at everything that happened this generation, it's pretty obvious that the PS4 kind of blew the Xbox One out of the water. Coming into the generation, the Xbox One had a pretty horrible marketing strategy, and the launch titles for both consoles, but specifically the Xbox One, were just absolutely atrocious. And over the lifespans of both of these consoles, the PS4 really just pumped out a lot of really good exclusives, and while the Xbox had their fair share, it really just didn't feel like an even matchup this generation. But with all of that being said, this leads me directly into my next hot take opinion, and that is that the Xbox Series X will be just as, or even more dominant this generation than the PS4 was with this previous generation. And I am saying all that pretty objectively, because obviously I can admit when the Xbox was absolutely destroyed in the PS4 generation, but if you really take in all of the facts and everything that's come out over the last few months, it's pretty obvious that the Xbox Series X and Microsoft have put themselves in an amazing position to really take off and take back a lot of territory that they lost over this last generation. Just looking at the facts, the Xbox Series X has a far more powerful console, in addition to the fact that their exclusive lineup is just as good or maybe even better than the PlayStation is so far, and that's not even taking into account the massive Bethesda deal that's really going to be injecting a ton of high quality AAA exclusive titles onto the Xbox platform. We saw the other day with executives at Xbox saying that games like Elder Scrolls and Starfield and other major Bethesda titles probably won't be coming to the PlayStation 5, which is an absolute backbreaker to Sony and the PS5 because these just take away some of the most popular franchises of all time, made by some of the best studios of all time, and really just rips them out of the hands of their players. So that was a pretty long-winded opinion, and if any of the hot takes were to get blowback, I figured it would be that one, so I really wanted to dive into why I felt that way. But anyway, moving on, this was actually featured in a previous video, but I thought it was a pretty hot take as pretty much absolutely no one agrees with it. So in my opinion, the absolute greatest game of all time, the best title and really franchise ever made, starts with Pokemon Red, Yellow, and Blue. Now I say that they are the best franchise of all time, and I think many people actually might agree on that point, as we've gone now about 25 years with the Pokemon franchise, and just the spin-off games, the merchandising, and the continuation of the main series is absolutely mind-blowing. But I think where people get hung up is when I say that the Pokemon Red, Yellow, and Blue are the the best games ever made. And if you want to actually check out my top 10 list, I started a brand new video series called Brutally Biased. I'll have that linked in the description and in the top right corner, where I go through my top 10 greatest games of all time. And sitting atop that list, spoiler alert, is the Pokemon Red, Yellow, and Blue. Back in 1996, these games just started a revolution. They were extremely creative and unique for the time, and as a child, these titles just absolutely blew my mind, and I've probably beat them around 100 times to date. So keeping on that same Nintendo thread, I'm going to go ahead and say that outside of Super Mario and Mario 64, in my opinion, the Mario franchise is extremely overrated. Now this is probably going to be one of the bigger hot takes that I have throughout this video, and it gets a little crazier when I start to dive deeper into this Mario and Nintendo thread, but as far as the Mario franchise as a whole, it really just feels like it has been spread thin at this point. There's so many different spin-offs like Paper Mario, Mario Galaxy, which are all great, amazing games, but I think the pedestal that a lot of players put Mario on is really just not warranted. But again, outside of Super Mario and Mario 64, because those games are absolutely genius. My next extremely hot scolding take is that Smash Bros is a very, very average game. To me, it's just like a really quick beat 'em up fighter game that just gets stale very, very quickly. And if you go up against someone who has a main character and just grinds the game, you stand absolutely no chance. This game, almost more than any other, has an extreme skill gap, and it's a skill gap that really just can't be made up. Like maybe in some games like Call of Duty or Fortnite or something like that, I could land a lucky shot and take down my opponent, but it seems like in Smash Bros, when it's best of 3 lives, if you're facing someone even slightly better than you, you almost stand no chance. The game is all about combos and knowing exactly when and where to use your moves, so if you're not seasoned in the game of Smash Bros, you almost stand no chance. And not to mention, it honestly kinda just bores me after a couple of matches. I don't really see the fun in grinding a game like Smash Brothers that really doesn't have some ultimate goal outside of just getting better and better and better. Staying on the Nintendo thread, because apparently I have a lot of suppressed intense feelings towards Nintendo, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Mario Party is better than Mario Kart. I've had amazing experiences with both of these franchises, and I think I can say that Mario Party is far and away better than Mario Kart. The original Mario Kart was obviously genius, but ever since the first few installments in that franchise, it really feels like the developers are just overloading the game with so much content. And I know that's a weird thing to say because players want content, but it really just feels like there's almost too much added to the game. With the parachutes, weird trick boosting, all this different stuff, honestly maybe I'm just a boomer, but a lot of it just kind of gets overwhelming to me, and it's just a lot less casual than it used to be. If you were to play the original Mario Kart, literally anyone could pick up that game and win a race. Now there's just so much track knowledge, hidden features, and everything else that just makes it way too diluted in my opinion. And finally, finishing off this Nintendo kill shot, I'm gonna say that Nintendo is just an overrated company in general. And obviously Nintendo has made a handful of absolutely genius franchises, but that's almost part of their problem. At this point, Nintendo is living purely off nostalgia. With Zelda, Mario, Pokemon, and all of these amazing titles and franchises, it just feels like they're stuck in this infinite time loop where they're just recreating, remastering, and adding new installments to these franchises instead of building more instant classic games. And yes, I admit that they have been creating some amazing games in the last few years, but I think some of the attention and credit the fanboys give Nintendo is also just a bit extreme in my opinion. So those are a bunch of the hot take gaming opinions that I currently hold. I would love to know some of your hot take gaming opinions down in the comments, because while a lot of people take this fanboy console war stuff super seriously, I honestly love seeing different unique hot takes, so I would love to see yours down in the comments. And just once again, I want to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed, liked a video, commented, or just even watched a video for a couple of minutes. All of the support has been awesome. I've seen so many different people filter in for all of the different videos that I create, and if you're new to the channel, I am definitely not wanting to sit on 69 subscribers, so definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I know that this is the 69 subscriber special, however, I don't want to sit on this number forever, so go ahead and drop a subscription and help us on the road to 100 subscribers. Anyway, that will do it for this video. Make sure you hit like, click, or tap that subscribe button to become the heart of this gaming channel. and be a part of the conversation in the comments below by telling me how you feel about any and all of the hot takes I dropped in today's video. And for more gaming analysis, news, reviews, and opinions, stay here on Ash Heart. And as always, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching.